Senator Brown, for being here today. I really appreciate your time. So I was in Washington, D.C. earlier this week and had the opportunity to sit down with Senator Todd Young for about 30 minutes. And, I think we had a really engaging and productive conversation about the child tax credit and the year-end tax extender bill. And so I'm real curious, like to what extent have you been speaking with Republican colleagues about a year-end tax bill, and how important do you think it is for results volunteers to continue engaging with GOP offices on this really important policy?
So, David, let me ask you a question first. I spoke with David Young with Todd Young. You're David, sorry. In the hall last week about the child tax credit, because he was referring either to your meeting it just happened or was going to happen, and I can't tell where he is. I know he's more predisposed to support it than most Republicans, and I don't really understand their animosity towards it. But he also is not wild about any kind of tit for tat. That he essentially said, Sherrod, you can't hold up the R&D or the other corporate tax benefits to get this, because you're not going to get this. So what was your read talking to him, if you can flesh that out a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, and he shared that exact sentiment with me. He said part of what he was talking about was that he didn't understand the connection, like why would these two things go together in the same bill? He said, I just don't see any connection. I shared with him that the connection that I saw was that in 2017 in the TCJA bill, that that was the reason that the R&D credits are expiring now, was because they were set to expire as part of that bill. And that bill did a good thing for the CTC in doubling the amount, but it didn't increase at all who was eligible to receive it. And so just that I saw that as sort of being two issues within that bill that needed to be fixed. And so that, this was an opportunity to, sort of pair those things together again and fix those two elements of the TCJA. And he, he said he hadn't heard that from anyone, that was the connection, and that he was that made more sense to him. Like he said, yeah, I can understand that, and I think that he said that he saw how important the CTC was, and that he sees the impact that it made, and I think he's open to it. I think that it would just be great to see some, conversations going on.
I'll go back to
those negotiations open.
Good. That was a good way to explain it to him. I mean, to me, the connection is, Republican. I mean, it's more sort of hardball. I think the way you did it is pretty masterful, actually. And I will engage in him